Guess who I talked to on Tuesday?
Who's that?
Rosemary.
Oh, how's she doing?
She's good. She called me because it's her grandson's birthday.
Okay.
In about a week. Her son is taking her grandson to Liverpool, England.
Wow.
To Anfield to see the Reds. Unbelievable. What a time.
See the Reds. What a great life that kid lives.
I am so jealous. They're going to be there to see Liverpool Football Club. What an unbelievable experience. I told her she's got to do the stadium tour. It's pretty awesome. They take you into the locker room.
Oh, so she gets to go too.
Well, no, I shouldn't have said she. They got to. You're right. They got to. I said that.
Got it.
But
have we started the show yet?
This is all part of the show, right? This is all the show, right?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, the stuff that Kelly said before the Liverpool thing will not be in the show. So that
most of the things I say should not ever be recorded.
Can I say this, or would this get me in trouble? I like that look. I think you look really good in that Superbook sweatshirt. Can you say that?
Yeah. You know, I got really cold. I got really cold before the show, and I was like, you know what? This is kind of like hoodie weather here in Florida right now. It's like 70 degrees. It's like you're finally getting into football season. It's going to be hot as shit again in like 2 weeks. But I was like, I'm going to wear this Superbook hoodie because I always yell at you to give me one whenever I'm cold sitting in the Superbook. Right. And then I bring them home, and then I never wear them because it's 90 degrees here.
Well, what do you think? Why don't we get people to comment if they would want to buy one of those Superbook hoodies in the gift shop, or that, that white 3/4 zip that has the same.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's like a nice. What if we sold those in the gift shop? Do you think people would want to buy those? I think yes. I think yes.
I think we should also give away some hoodies to our loyal listeners.
Giveaway. I was trying to make money, and now Kelly.
You can make money. You
can
make money.
Like the bad guy. Now you're making me look like the bad guy. You're giving them away. Why don't You've had a rocky week, but let's go back to the weekend. How did you do on Saturday? Wait, I forgot. Didn't Kansas State lose on Saturday? Yeah. Let's go to Sunday.
Oh, you don't even want to recap Saturday? Saturday was not great. It's actually funny, though, because Brett said this to me, and he was like, why do you always go on shows and bitch about your losing picks? And I'm like, I don't know, because I get asked how my weekend was. And he's like, yeah, but nobody wants to hear you complain. I go, I actually think there's probably a good subsect of people out there that are enjoying my pain. So let's go through it.
Go ahead. Tell me. Well, I think people love to hear this. I'm right about this. People love hearing the book had a bad day on Saturday. We did. And you can't tell me people don't like hearing that.
Yeah, I'm doing a new show with Crack at WagerTalk, and he has a little bucket that says bookmakers pension fund. And he said he's going to go around and panhandle for you guys out in front of the casino.
I like Crack. I worry about him sometimes. I always tell him, like, he gets so worked up.
Well, it's really funny because I do the show with him now, and it's just kind of like a little bit of a preview. Here's what we both like. Here's what's going on. Here's what they bet, whatever. And he says last week, he just completely goes off on a tangent. He goes, I don't think there's anybody that John Murray doesn't like more than me. And I'm like, well,
I actually like it.
As a matter of fact, Crack, we can actually debate that.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Of course I love you, and I have no problem with him. There's no truth to that whatsoever. It's just funny
because we can be, his point was we can be a pain in your ass, right? Like, I'm already asking for a hotel room next weekend for my goddaughter's 21st birthday. And like,
what a pain in the ass.
Exactly. So
no, I don't. I think I told him I think he gets too worked up about like insignificant things. I feel like you do as well sometimes. Not so much this week, but other weeks I think you've gotten. But we didn't do well on Saturday. We lost. Kansas not covering. That was a real dick punch.
We got to go back before that dick punch.
Go back.
UConn's dick punch that I didn't even realize was happening because it was on Stupid Plus. So I got on my laptop. I got the 4-box on my dad's TV. Brett's got another game on his laptop. We're watching the games.
Brett watches with you? I'd want to be like in a different zip code. He's sitting there. Okay.
Anyway, so UConn is up 17-6.
Yeah.
I turn on the KU game. I turn on the Kentucky game. Things are going good. I look back down at the laptop. What the hell is going on? Oh my God, I'm going to lose the money line. I tweet about how, like, what a bad beat losing the money line is. Like, how gross. How gross. There was less than 5 minutes left, and they were up 17-6. And then I was like, all right, fine. I'm going to lose this. I'll take the plus 6.5. I concede. Close the laptop, right? Because it's just plus. Start watching the KU game. KU's up 15. Kentucky's like 7-7 tied right out of the gate. And I get a text. I can't believe we just lost UConn plus 6.5. I said, how? What happened? Syracuse just won the game. What do you mean? I just looked. I closed the laptop. No, UConn goes all the way down, kicks a field goal, ties it, goes to overtime, loses in overtime. That is like a top 5
loses in overtime.
Of my life.
Yeah, loses in overtime by 7 because you had.
Oh yes, of course.
No, that was really bad, and I thought Kansas was bad for sure.
Kansas was not great.
UConn was worse than Kansas. Kansas is really bad, but we had a bigger decision on that game. The book did. Of course. And then you get into the night games. We took some really big bets on USC.
Go back, because one of the positive things that happened, and the only reason why my dad still has a new TV or didn't get a new TV, I should say. His TV's kind of new, but why I didn't have to buy him a new TV.
Because you didn't smash the first one?
Because I didn't smash the first one is because Lane Kiffin randomly calls this timeout.
Yeah.
And Mark Stoops decides to kick it. If I lost Kentucky plus 9.5 when 10 was available most of the week, I think I would have broke my dad's TV. But those sequential events, like, I was pissed.
Do you ever, because I always see these people on like social media, I think it's probably on like TikTok or Instagram, where they lose a bet or their team loses and they break their TV. I always thought that stuff was staged.
I've always thought about like just launching. We have a really heavy remote, and I've just thought it because it like controls everything, and I've just thought about launching it into the TV before.
But what would that accomplish?
Nothing, but it's just like your reaction. I have thought when we almost lost Survivor last year, I was driving down the 75. Well, no, I wasn't. I was riding down the 75. Brett was driving, and I was getting so pissed at you guys. I just wanted to chuck my phone out the window. Like, I just wanted to chuck it out the window. I can't explain why that's my, like, guttural reaction. That's just what I want to do. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but, like, my illogical brain goes,
get those stress balls, man. Get like you ever see those stress balls that people squeeze? No? That's better than breaking a TV and throwing your phone out the window.
I have never done those things, but it doesn't mean that the thought doesn't cross my mind. I think that's what you don't understand. The thought is actively crossing my mind. So then Florida.
I threw a pen. Like, not really threw it, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, come on. Like that. I think I did that once.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I definitely did that once.
So, but then Florida, I was like, well, these assholes aren't going to cover. I hope they lose outright. So then I was really happy that Florida lost the game outright, because if you're not going to cover, I'm going to cheer for you to lose. And then I realized I also had over 7.5 wins. And I was like, way to go, you idiot.
Wow.
So
you must have been a real
it was an emotional roller coaster ride. Yeah. But then I got karma'd.
Okay.
Big time.
How so?
Well, K-State's up 13-0, by the way. Spread was first half minus 6.5. So I liked them in the first half. I thought, okay, they're going to come out. They're going to play strong. And they did. Avery Johnson threw a couple of darts. No complaints. Up 13-0. Then for some godforsaken reason, they were playing prevent defense. And the backup quarterback for Army is just dinking and dunking down the field. And they went 2 straight 4th down conversions and punch it in. And I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I didn't say this, but I thought in my brain, like, they're going to lose this game. And then they possessed the ball for all of like 13 seconds in the second half. And it was.
Well, that's what Army does. Army controls the football. I mean, they control the clock.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I got karma'd back.
Yeah, we didn't.
So it made Iowa +3, which is how it started out my morning, look great. Iowa +3. Great win. Great push.
I think Iowa State winning by exactly 3 was the worst case scenario in that game. I know USC was a big loser for us. We had some big money on USC, and we did really poorly on the Oklahoma game. Oklahoma, that was definitely the most bet game of the day. Public was all over Oklahoma. They win big. Not our day. Not a good Saturday for the book. We did not do well. It was tough. I know it's going to be tough for your listeners to hear, and I understand that they're going to have a lot of sympathy towards me, and I appreciate that. But Saturday was not a good day. But then Do you want to do Sunday? So you were like a tornado on Saturday. And
Brett, yeah. I mean, I cashed the Thursday night game in real life. I cashed Friday in the Super Contest, so I'm 2-0 going into Sunday. And I'm like, cool. What can go wrong on Sunday? What could possibly go wrong on Sunday after the Saturday I just had?
And what did go wrong?
The Broncos. I said the only way the Broncos are going to lose that game is if Bo Nix throws 2 picks. And not only did he throw 2 picks, he also turned the ball over, and then they had a special teams fumble. 4 turnovers. They got very lucky. Any other team in the NFL, they would have won that game. They would not have won that game. The other team would have won.
My takeaway from that game, I had a few takeaways from Sunday because I watched a lot of NFL.
Well, you guys had Broncos and Survivor too, right?
I had a Survivor entry with Joff and his brother Andrew, and we had the Broncos. So we survived. Hey, Larry, we survived. But my takeaway from that game was it was really good for us that Cam Ward's receivers can't catch. Because he was putting some footballs in their hands. I was pretty impressed with him. That was his first start in the NFL on the road. Denver's very good defensively. And he was dropping balls right into these guys' hands that they were dropping. Thank God.
Thank God.
We could have lost. We could have actually lost that one.
Very easily. It was awful. Yeah, not great.
No, we did. The book did very well in the morning. Really, we did excellent in the morning. And we did terrible in the afternoon.
How though? You said you needed all these dogs to win outright to bust up money line parlays. The Browns did everything they could not to win that game.
Denver though.
So
we didn't. When we post all the morning games, we're up a lot, but we know we need one of these other teams to I guess lose would be the word, like the Rams to lose or the Broncos to lose. I thought the game that I enjoyed in the morning was the Jets and the Steelers. And I
appreciate you for that. John Murray gave out on last call, WagerTalk. He said, the biggest need is going to be the over. My dad hears you say that. I write it down. I shut the laptop at the end of the show because I was playing producer with Louie. And my dad goes, man, I love that under in the Steelers game. And I go, Dad, no, John Murray said the over. And he goes, oh, no. That's going to be a dead under game. And I look at Brett and I put in a bet on the over.
You know what's funny about that game to me was both offenses looked so good. Chris Boswell made a 60-yard field goal down by 1 to win the game, and nobody even noticed. You know, the level of kicking in the NFL is so high now that these guys make 58-yard field goals like it's nothing. And then you look at a game like Atlanta where Tampa Bay, I love Baker Mayfield. He throws a great touchdown pass to go up by 3. They miss the extra point. So now all Atlanta needs is a field goal. They get all the way down there. The kid misses a 43-yard field goal. How do you explain that? How do you explain that?
I don't know. I saw as a job today, but that's another argument itself.
The afternoon, we did really poorly. The Rams really killed us. The Rams were really public side. We didn't do well in the 49ers game. Denver didn't cover. Yeah, that was good, but they covered teasers. And all those money line parlays, Kelly mentioned the Bengals, Browns. The Bengals should have lost to the Browns, by the way, but they didn't. And the Bengals won. So all those money line parlays, the Cardinals were in there. They all went to Denver. And
do you also know what happened in that game?
Which game?
The Bengals-Browns game.
Oh yeah, they missed.
No, the game landed 1. There was 2 games that landed 1 this weekend, and you're not even talking about it.
Is that correct?
Yes.
John, give me a scoreboard. That can't be right.
Monday Night Football too.
No, that was Sunday Night Football.
Or whatever. Well, I don't even know what day it is right now. Okay.
We have to talk about the Sunday night game because you know that I've been saying for like probably 3 years that I think Allen's the best player in the league. Sure. I can't believe that's even debatable at this point, honestly. But how, if you're the Ravens and it's 4th and 3 and you have Lamar Jackson, who's pretty damn good too, and Derrick Henry, and you're going to punt the ball back to Josh Allen on 4th and 3, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That was a ridiculous decision. And, of course, Buffalo went right down the field and won the game. And they bailed us out because there was so much public money on Baltimore. That turned it – the afternoon was so bad. If the Ravens had won, and it certainly looked like they were going to, it would have been a tough Sunday. But Buffalo came back. They bailed us out. John Harbaugh bailed us out. We've talked about this on the show for years. There's a difference between going forward on 4th and 3 when your quarterback is Lamar Jackson or when your quarterback is Spencer Rattler or whoever you want to use in that example.
God, he was awful. We just needed him to just put together a game-winning drive against the Cardinals so they can knock them out. Nope, couldn't do it.
And the same thing on the other side. If you're punting the ball to Josh Allen, you're in a lot of trouble. If you're punting the ball to, give me another bad quarterback.
Spencer Rattler.
Russell Wilson. If you're punting the ball to Russell Wilson,
Nix.
You're probably okay. But you don't punt the ball back to Josh Allen. He threw for 250 yards in the 4th quarter.
I lost my fantasy game by 4 points because Lamar Jackson scored 47 points on Sunday night.
The Ravens offense.
I looked like a dead-on winner going into that game.
The Ravens offense looked incredible. I still think they're the best team in the league. But they blew that game, and they blew that game. Derrick Henry fumbled. That happens. That was a great play by the defensive lineman to knock it out of his hands. But how do you punt the ball on 4th and 3? That's not to Josh Allen. You don't do that.
That's fair. I would agree with that.
We don't want to talk about the Monday night game because Johnny Hoagland's in the room and he'll get upset.
Oh no. I already feel bad enough, but that's crazy. On back-to-back primetime games, we see those types of chokes. Would you call them chokes?
Yeah.
Or was JJ McCarthy reading Twitter during halftime because everybody was talking about how garbage he was, and then he turns around and throws the pick 6 to start the 3rd quarter, and I thought, oh my God, I was dead wrong about Minnesota.
JJ McCarthy did play very well to win that game. You got to give him some credit.
Yeah.
It's also the kind of case where, he's the reason they were in the hole to begin with. But the bottom line is he got them out of the hole.
I can't believe I had to sweat Bears teasers. I was like, please, Caleb, for the love of God, just run towards the end zone. That is our only hope that you're going to cover this teaser. It was crazy.
Do you think you have an unhealthy obsession with Caleb Williams? Do you think that'd be fair for me to say that?
All I asked was that he scored a touchdown so I could cover my teaser.
I know, but you talk about him a lot. You're very fixated.
I just think that my algorithm shows me what I want to see. And the video that I reposted was objectively hilarious. As a female who hates getting their nails done, that kid's video I was howling. I think I watched it like 7 or 8 times, and every time it got funnier because he's like, I can't picture my NFL quarterback with his hands under the UV light instead of reading the playbook.
I'm glad I brought it up. Caleb Williams is a Heisman Trophy winner. He's the pride of Gonzaga College High School.
The video that I reposted was objectively fucking hilarious.
I am pulling for Caleb Williams. I hope he can figure it out this week. Who do they play this week? The Lions?
Lions. He might have to figure it out week 3. Week 3, he can figure it out. The Lions, who played an awful game to the Packers.
That was another one too. I'm glad you brought that up because I really like Detroit in that game. Some of the guys I really respect like Detroit, and
I teased Detroit. It was my only loser.
We saw the line in that game actually go to +1 at kickoff because there was so much money on the Lions. And then that wasn't the case of like, we might have picked the right side. We got unlucky. Green Bay kicked their ass. That was not a competitive game. Detroit, I thought their body language on offense was really bad. They got their ass kicked by Green Bay. Detroit, throw that one out. That was a terrible pick, terrible performance.
Yeah.
Not good.
I think that's kind of why I like not backing Green Bay tonight. I thought there's a couple of teams that looked almost too good last weekend, the Colts being one of them. The Green Bay Packers looked pretty damn good. And I kind of think that maybe they're already a little overvalued here in week 1.
Let's talk about that. We were supposed to do the Thursday night game at the beginning of the show for Louis.
Oops. I'll text him right now.
We're like an hour into the show.
22 minutes.
But you got Green Bay and Washington tonight. We've got the game. Hold on. Let me get the up-to-date number because we've been blabbing around.
Blab. 3.5, 48.
No, it's 3. It's we got.
Is it 3 flat?
Right now, not really flat. So remember, we booked these games with a 10-cent split on Thursday nights. We've got Green Bay.
Oh, hey, Louie.
Hey, Louie,
we got to keep that in the show. I texted him. We're talking Thursday night football. He looks like a fucking mountain man.
No, he looks good, man. Why don't talk negatively about my guy like that. He looks good.
I'm not.
All right. Anyways,
I just think it's funny he added himself and he was on video.
He looks good. We got Green Bay -3, -115. Are you okay?
No, I just think it's really funny.
He works from home.
So do I. I still have to brush my hair.
You're not on camera all the time. I'm sorry, he's not on. No, we're off.
All right, redo.
Off the rails.
Thursday Night Football. Clip all that out. Somebody clip all that out.
No, keep it all in. Green Bay is -3, -115. Totals 49. Public's on Green Bay.
Hold on, -115, -105 is what we're doing.
No. That'd be +105.
Plus 105 on. Sorry, excuse me. On
Washington, the Commanders. That's their name now. They are +3, +105. Remember, we do the Thursday, the Sunday, the Monday, the standalone games -105. So 10-cent split. Public's definitely on Green Bay. We're going to need the Commanders. It's kind of a cool game. And I think we're going to learn a lot about the Commanders this week because I was very impressed with Daniels again, like I always am because he's awesome. But how bad are the Giants? How bad is Russell Wilson? Was that even like a real game Washington played on Sunday?
I have no idea.
I think we're going to learn a lot about both these teams tonight because I can't believe Green Bay is as good as they looked on Sunday. You know, that was like Super Bowl level good. Not that that's impossible, but I don't think they're quite that good. Washington, we'll find out a lot about them tonight. We'll need Washington.
What about the total?
Nothing really on the total, just the normal betting you would get on an over.
Sorry, Louis just texted the chat. I forgot to close it after I said we're doing Thursday Night Football, and he just wrote assault.
Yeah, why are you doing this to Louis?
Oh, I didn't know. It's like, add Louis. I thought he was trying to come in and be a producer.
I'm looking through our podcast group chat.
It's bad.
It's grim, man. I mean, look at this. This is a text, Kelly. Everything okay, unit? And then unit responds, no.
No, I know. I was like, because he didn't send me a link yet. And I was like, everybody okay over there? Like, I didn't know. Maybe you're in a fucking P&L meeting or something awful.
I have my casino P&L on Tuesday. Things are very grim here at the Sportsbook. Let's try to remain positive. Why don't you tell us what the hottie threesome is?
Is it already up on the app, or did you forget?
No, Babakitas did it.
Okay, then you should know what it is.
I don't pay attention.
Okay. I don't text it to you or anything on
Why don't you remind me what it is? Because I forgot.
Well,
yeah.
You guys have it as 30-1, correct?
That's the price, right?
It was the price. It is not the price anymore. Now it's like 27-1.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Everything's plummeting. So Vandy's down to 4. Florida's down to 7.5. Arkansas is down to 7.
If I had taken a second, I would have definitely remembered that Vandy was in it because it felt like it was something personal between you and Lou D'Onofrio, who went to South Carolina.
No, my video will be out tomorrow when Unit has an opportunity, and it is not anything against a producer. It is against the fact that South Carolina's offense isn't good, and they've relied on special teams and defensive touchdowns in order to cover football games.
Why are you always beefing with the production team's favorite teams?
If they were like, I hate K-State, you think it would like hurt my feelings? I don't care.
Probably, yeah.
Actually, Unit's team and I should hate each other. He's like a Mizzou guy. We should objectively hate each other.
So it's Vandy, Arkansas. What was the third one? I'm sorry.
Florida.
Florida is at LSU. Is that correct?
Yeah. They're all 3 on the road. But you know what? I went back and looked, and all of my bigger parlays, I think it's everything that I've ever hit above 70-1. It might be 75-1. Have all been 3 road underdogs.
3 road teams.
Every time.
I can see that. Well, to be honest, I don't have much to say about those games. I do have a couple. Let me go back to college football. I do have a couple that I did write down for my lovely co-host. I've got Duke +2 and 2.5 against Tulane.
I think CT wants to play them in our college football entry at the Westgate, but I didn't know really how bad they looked last weekend. I didn't watch the game.
I like Chris Thurston. He's a fine young man. Delaware +10.5 against
me.
UConn.
Love Delaware. Great lose a game twice UConn spot. They almost made the Hottie threesome, except for I know nothing about them. They're an FCS.
Now you stop calling it the Hottie threesome. I tricked you into saying that.
Oh boy.
Appalachian State -2 against Southern Miss. Jacksonville State +3.5 at Georgia Southern. So what I don't really have this week, we're talking on Thursday, I don't really have any great information on the bigger games. The bigger games this week, Georgia-Tennessee is a really big game. And then I think on Saturday night, you've got.
What do you mean you don't have any information? The line over the summer, wasn't it close to a touchdown?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that there's anything to report this week. I mean, yes, obviously the line has crashed, but so just because the line in the summer was something?
No, I just think it's worth talking about. There's a couple of lines in the summer that maybe K-State on Friday night, K-State was like 6.5 over the summer.
Well, that market's not very strong.
Okay.
Can I say that?
No, you can say whatever you want. You guys are the ones that set the lines.
That market is very, very beatable.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you had Arizona +6.5 in pocket right now, you're probably feeling pretty damn good.
Let's talk about Georgia-Tennessee because Kelly's right. That number has come down quite a bit. Tennessee's a team I've talked about a few times with Kelly, how I like them coming into the season because I actually thought they got better at quarterback because I never liked that
pretty
kid.
Smart right now.
Well, I got that tip from somebody smarter than me. But
oh,
Tennessee has been bet this week. It is a lot lower than it was in the summer. Kelly's right. All the way down to Georgia -4. I think that's a pretty cool game. We'll do on Saturday here at the Superbook. We'll book that game at -105 juice.
Okay.
I think and we'll do the same thing on Saturday night for Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Pretty good game. But then, both those games everything's going to kind of give way to Canelo and Crawford Saturday night here at the Superbook.
Everybody's just going to put Canelo in moneyline parlays.
That's going to be very popular. I think you're going to see a lot of bets on both guys to win by knockout. Remember, Crawford is moving up in weight for that fight. We need Crawford right now, but we'll see. I mean, that's going to be a very heavily bet fight. I expect it to be the most heavily bet event of the day Saturday. Now, there are some good college football games, but there's no Texas-Ohio State level game. I don't think any of the college football games will get the action of Crawford, Alvarez, Kelly.
Okay.
What about Sunday? You and I, we have a survivor entry together in a pool where you have to pick a loser.
Yes.
To see who's the biggest loser or who's the one of the many losers. Who do you want to use?
Either the Giants or the Panthers, I think.
What a exasperated
Because here's the thing. Here's what happens. Week 1, everybody overreacts and freaks out. You just said it yourself. You just said it yourself. That are the Giants that bad? Are the Redskins that good?
Commanders.
The Panthers just got absolutely worked, but it was a weird game. There was like a 2-hour weather delay. So
am I wrong about this? Because I can't watch 10 games at once. I don't have the bandwidth. Weren't they down like 20-3 when the game went into the break? Am I wrong about that?
I wasn't watching it. All I know is that
I could definitely be wrong about that.
I didn't watch any of the game. I had no action on the game. I could care less about the result of the game. I'm just wondering if maybe there was more to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. How bad? Which team looked the worst last week? We could objectively say Miami, which is why I like Miami this week. I don't think Miami is as bad as they looked at Indianapolis.
Probably not.
Is Carolina as bad as they looked at Jacksonville? Maybe.
There has to be some. I mean, I agree with you, like in general, but there has to be some question of has Miami quit on the coaching staff? That was ridiculous.
They might have quit in that game on the coaching staff.
That was an embarrassing performance. And I can't believe the Giants are going back in there with Russell Wilson again. Like some teams don't have a choice at quarterback. Maybe they've invested a lot of money in their quarterback, or maybe I
had full on planned on not using Dallas.
The Giants used a first-round pick on a quarterback. They traded into the first round to draft a quarterback. They have no attachment to Russell Wilson. Why are they possibly playing him?
I thought they were going to play Jackson Dart. So I was like, okay, can't use Dallas this week. We don't know what we're getting with Jackson Dart. Yeah. And then they said Russell Wilson. I'm like, well, I think I'm going to use Dallas in Survivor this week. I have no reason to save them. I don't care if you're in Circa or if you're in the Westgate 5K. What is the point of you're not going to play Dallas at Kansas City, are you?
Dallas. So I am in Circa Survivor. Dallas does play on Thanksgiving. They host Kansas City.
They host Kansas City. I had that backwards on my sheet.
They also play. Well, Dallas always hosts on Thanksgiving.
You're right. They do. You're right. Sorry.
Dallas also plays on Christmas Day against the Commanders, formerly the Redskins, formerly the football team. So now, would you use them in either of those spots? Well, sitting here on September 11th, which is today, you probably would have to say no. But what if there is a quarterback injury between now and those times? I don't know about that. I mean, I think there's some value to the Cowboys in that contest because they play on both holidays.
Okay, so there might be, but I feel like I would rather play the Vikings or the Chiefs on Christmas, and I would much rather play Philadelphia on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will use Philadelphia. They play the Bears on Black Friday. That'll be the most commonly used team that week. Oh, I get that. I get that.
Listen, I'm not in love with it, but I would much rather save Philadelphia. There's literally no other spot than this week than to use the Cowboys. This is the biggest spread they're going to have all season long.
We don't know that, Kelly. We talk about this.
You can say we don't know that, but as it stands today, we do know that. So when you're debating on which teams you want to save, I could save Arizona for a couple weeks down the road. I don't need to play Arizona this week like everybody else is going to.
Bet me on this show that Dallas at some point this season will be more than a 5.5 point favorite.
Sure.
They will be. Somebody will get injured. Something will happen.
Possibly. But like, you really want to burn Baltimore week 2?
No, I don't want to burn Baltimore. Baltimore also plays on Thanksgiving night and against the Bengals. And Baltimore, it's very interesting because they were in this exact same position last year. They lost to Kansas City on Thursday night, week 1. A very disappointing loss. They went home. They were 0-1. And if you remember this, they were hosting the Raiders. And it was, well, there's no way they'll start 0-2. And they did. The Raiders beat them in Baltimore in week 2, knocked a ton of people out of Survivor.
Also, Baltimore is like -2.5 at Cincinnati. No. I don't think you say Baltimore for that, but there's 7 or 8 other spots where you can use Baltimore. You can use Baltimore week 5. You can use Baltimore week 8. You can use Baltimore week 12. You can use Baltimore week 16. Like, why would you want to use Baltimore this week?
Listen, Baltimore is the highest power rated team in the league. You could use them in a lot of weeks. And you'd probably
all I'm saying is, why would you want to use them this week?
I don't think you should. I think there's other places to play. Okay,
so where are you guys looking?
I talked to my partners this morning. They're very busy guys.
Sure they are.
They're men about town. They own horses. They belong to fancy country clubs. They're not normal people, but we were talking about using the Dallas Cowboys.
You just gave me this whole reason why I should not be. Yeah. You guys, this is why I get frustrated.
Let me run really quickly.
Now I'm hot. I was freezing cold. Now you got me all sweaty and fired up.
That's okay.
I don't have anything underneath this sweatshirt to take it off.
Well, I didn't ask, did I? Now, why don't we quickly change the subject and you give me your best bet in the NFL? Then I'm going to run through some plays.
I just told you it's Miami.
It's Miami. Did you say that?
Miami -1. I don't think anything about the Patriots impressed me. Miami won and covered 9 straight against the Patriots. Sorry. This is just one of those buy low spots.
Okay. I get that.
I also like Jacksonville +3.5, which is why I don't want to consider using the Bengals this week.
Didn't see too much on Miami. Did see a play on Jacksonville +3.5 from a guy that we respect. Some others. Baltimore, they laid 10.5. Baltimore's now an 11.5 point favorite. I think they're like -900 on the money line. I mean, Kelly, I do agree with Kelly about Survivor and not wanting to use Baltimore because you want to save Baltimore. I do believe she's right. There's also something to be said of there's just not that many times to play a -900 over the course of an NFL season. Those don't come around all the time.
Well, don't forget, this same jackass Baltimore team lost to the Raiders last year at home.
I just said that like a minute ago. Detroit, they played Detroit -5.5. We moved that one to 6. They're at home against the Bears. Sorry, Johnny boy. They played, this is going to be a very popular Survivor pick, Arizona.
Yeah.
So Arizona, I think Arizona was the second most used team last week. They won at New Orleans. They go home. They play Carolina. Carolina has been bet up, or Arizona's been bet up. Sorry, now it's Arizona -7. We've got them -300 on the money line. They'll be used a lot. Couple more. The big game on Sunday, obviously, is the Super Bowl rematch. They took Kansas City +1.5. They're at home against
Kansas City,
Philadelphia, and then both of the Monday night games got hit. So you got a Monday night doubleheader. We saw money on Houston -2.5. They're at home against Kelly's Bucks. And we saw money on Chargers -3. They're at the Raiders. Boy, did the Chargers look good on Friday.
Yeah.
Boy, did they look serious. They look really physical up front on both sides of the ball. And Justin Herbert is very good. Very good.
He's pretty good.
He's good. He's very good.
I would agree with that.
You don't like Justin Herbert.
I like Justin Herbert.
Okay, because you make kind of a face like you don't like him.
Why would I not like Justin Herbert?
I don't know.
You guys are weirdos. All right, ready for the mailbag?
Yeah, I guess.
It's the same guys every week. We need to get some new blood in here. I appreciate our loyal listeners, and John Murray is going to send you guys all a hoodie, but
I am? What?
Yeah.
No,
I have all the units in the
I don't have them to give out. I don't have them to give out.
Yeah, right.
No,
Last time I was there, you had a giant box.
Well, let's not give away all the inside baseball, Kelly. All right. We have some merch. We have some. We don't.
I think we have some good loyal listeners that might deserve a hoodie.
We don't. Let's go back to the beginning of the show. Krakenberger. He's always offended. He's always upset about stuff. He got mad at me because I hadn't given him one of those hoodies, and I was like,
"Oh, his wife?
What'd you ask me, man? I mean, I'd give you. Sure, you can have a hoodie. What's with that guy?
Oh my God, that's funny.
He's running. He
said something about parking. I go, so get it validated. He goes, well, the guy outside could have told me that. I'm like, the guy outside makes $7 an hour.
I don't think that's even legal, but I do think Crack is running too hot. And of course, we validated his parking. Go to the mailbag.
You validate anybody's parking who pretty much asks, correct?
Mailbag.
Okay. Wise Guy Wager wants to know, it's never too early to start. Which NFL coaches are already on the hot seat? Look forward to hearing who you think is going to go. Have a great show. Mike McDaniel. And that's
Mike McDaniel is, I think, the correct answer. I agree with my co-host, but I'm also going to say Brian Dable.
Ooh,
Brian Dable is got to be on the hot seat.
Good point.
If you remember, he got them to the postseason, I think, in his first year, and they actually won a playoff game in Minnesota. Then they made the decision to extend Daniel Jones instead of Barkley. At the time, it didn't seem that crazy because Barkley's a running back and Jones had a good season. Now, obviously, in retrospect, yikes. That was a bad decision.
Yeah. Vince and PGH still can't believe Rich Rodriguez would take the West Virginia job knowing he had to play Pitt on September 13th. Do you have any sports or gambling superstitions?
Why did he say all that stuff about the West Virginia game?
What do you know? I know nothing.
Didn't have anything to do with the question.
You guys didn't there wasn't something that happened on September 13th? Bad luck Friday the 13th?
I have
Saturday the 13th? It's going to be Saturday the 13th. What? I don't know. No, I don't. I'm not a superstitious person.
I don't know about that. I got a pair of Liverpool socks that I wear on big game days, but only the big game days. But I'll be honest, they're on their last legs. They're on their last legs.
All right. Golf Guy 91. Would you expect the winner of Texas Tech versus Utah next week to win the Big 12? Any chance Utah opens as a home dog? No. Utah's not opening as a home dog in that game.
That game's in Utah. I like Utah. I like them coming into the season. Is the winner of that game going to win the Big 12? I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away. There's a lot of good teams in the Big 12.
Is there? After I said that about K-State's schedule, our producer just decided that was some self-own.
You got so much beef with our producers. They're nice kids.
I pay these people a lot of money and they just shit all over me.
Hey, no, they don't. They love you.
Oh, do they? I think we should add Louis back to the stage and see what happens.
Those two teams, I agree with that. Those two teams have moved to the top.
It won't let me. Oh, here we go. Oh, it won't let me. They took away my producing privileges. Sons of bitches.
It's so early in the season. I hate to overreact. Somebody said, what was I? I think I was on Sunday. I said something about one of our employees back there, this kid Connor that works for us. And then one of the other kids was like, oh, yeah, Connor's having a really good football season. I was like, a good football season? It's fucking week 1. I want more out of this kid, man. I want to see more. I want to see more. I'm not ready to crown Connor, and I'm not ready to crown Texas Tech or Utah yet, guys. There's a long way to go here. I do think I picked Utah to win the Big 12 before the season. Kelly scoffed at that a little bit.
I took Texas Tech to win the Big 12. I don't think Utah's going to open as a home dog. Do I think I might be on Texas Tech? Yeah. Catching a couple points there on the road.
That'll be an awesome game. That game is next Saturday?
Yeah.
That's a good game. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Next question, please.
Last question. TOCal_Cruz. Edgar Cruz wants to know, do we get another game landing one this week, or is John Murray still adamant none are going to land one? We got 2 games so far. We should have a tracker. We're going to have the producers start a game lands one tracker. We right now have 2.
It was the Bengal game and the Bill game, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. And it's because the kid on the Browns missed the extra point.
Yeah.
What a jabroni. Oh man. That makes me look ridiculous. Well, I don't know what we're going to do this week in Survivor. I guess it sounds like we're going to go with the Giants in many losers. Is that correct? That's what it seems
I think that's the easier play. I think I might just do – it depends. I got 2 Circuit Survivors, 1 Westgate 5K, a fuck ton of splash. So I've got to kind of figure out a differentiating factor instead of just shoving all my chips in on the Broncos, because that really sucked.
But can I say that I think in the many losers one, your strategy should be a little bit different, because they're like, yes, in a standard Survivor contest, you're saving the Ravens, of course. But in many losers, we should
just use the Browns.
This is probably the Browns' toughest game of the season. Right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We take the Browns.
The Browns aren't like that terrible of a team.
Good call.
And so I probably would use the Browns in a loser contest.
Yes.
Because it's a different strategy than attacking because I feel like the Giants are a team that will probably
I already played the Browns in mine. Huh. I did one. Oh, wait. I must have submitted these the other night when I was half asleep. I did 1 Cleveland, 1 New England, just to kind of push the pedal to the metal there, which was really stupid. You're right. I'm going to just go all Browns.
I think that would make sense in a loser contest, because Cleveland should have beat the Bengals on Sunday. They're pretty darn good defensively. They're well coached. It's not like Cleveland is some terrible team. And I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I can't imagine they have a harder game all year than at Baltimore.
Hopefully. I have their schedule in front of me.
Baltimore is the highest power rated team in the league.
Yep. So Cleveland, they will be 10.5-point underdogs at Detroit.
No, they won't.
Yeah, that's what you have. This is the same grid.
Before the season. Detroit.
Maybe. Yeah, but it says Baltimore plus 12. Like, what's the damn difference?
Baltimore plus 12?
They'll be plus 12 at Baltimore, is what I'm saying.
Oh, at Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm going, you know what, John Murray? Yeah, I think you're probably right. This will be the biggest underdogs they will be all season long.
I think Baltimore right now is the highest power rated team in the league. I think that's proved by them being -1.5 at Buffalo on Sunday night. Buffalo is considered one of the best teams in the league, of course, and they were favored on the road there. I think they'd be favored a little bit ahead of Philadelphia. So I'd say they're the highest power rated team. Good spot to use the Browns in a loser contest. But if you're in a winner contest, do you want to burn Baltimore this early in the season? I think if you're somebody that's looking to resell your Survivor pick, your Survivor entry down the line, you definitely don't want to use Baltimore, right? Because that really would hurt the value of your resell. If you're somebody that just wants to win and just be in it next week, they're a -900 favorite. So I think it really depends.
5 in advance, cheer for chaos. We did do that with the Niners that year. They were like -750.
That actually worked out really well. Like Kelly and I used them on a Thursday night football game at home against the Giants. The Niners killed them. And then on Sunday, there was all kinds of chaos.
It was great. I enjoyed that. I was in Miami for that one, and I was having a great time.
I will be at our favorite place, Naked City, on Monday night for the double header. I'll say hi to Chris Palmieri for you, our good friend, and I will talk to you next week, Kelly.
That's how many games have landed one so far.